Hello，大家好，欢迎回到老板面对面，我是乐学。那么今天这期访谈节目，我有幸邀请到了一个在今年刚刚上市的公司，那么也就是这个 SBS Nexus。那么 SBS Nexus 是在今年的1月在马股上市。那么今天我就有幸邀请到了他们的 Executive Director Warren 上来跟我们分享，到底自这个上市过后，他们公司到底有什么转变，或者有什么值得我们投资者期待的事情。那么事不宜迟，我们就请 Warren 上来跟我们分享吧。Hi, Warren. Thanks for your time for taking this interview with us. Maybe some of the audience is not familiar with SBS. Would you be able to actually give the audience an overview of SBS Nexus? What kind of business are you guys involved in?
Hi, Alex. SBS Nexus is an integrated branding and marketing solutions provider. We focus on helping businesses grow their brand visibility and revenue across both offline and digital channels. We operate three main pillars. Offline branding solution is the first one. Then secondly is digital branding solutions. And also our in-house business media platforms called Shanghai Business Media. Through this ecosystem, we connect entrepreneurs, brands, and also audiences, create greater exposure and unlock a new business opportunity. At our core in SBS Nexus services as a backbone of brand growth, we work closely with our clients to ensure they connect with the right audience through the right channels. At the same time, we also driving a measurable and sustainable business result to the brands.
Got it. So it sounds like you guys offer marketing service to different enterprise. Just curious, like what kind of industry do you offer into? Like, is there any specific industry or pretty much is like a broad industry per se?
We have been in this industry 23 years. I would say we serve different kind of industry, but it would like to specify in top 5 industry for SBS client. It will be more on property industry, hospitality industry, university industry, and some of them are more on retail. Retail industry are more into F&B and fashions. These are 4 or 5 major industry for
Got it.
SBS.
Makes sense. And then I briefly remember that during the SBS Nexus IPO campaign, you guys did mention that SBS would be beneficial from Visit Malaysia year 2026. However, we know that the war between US and Iran broke since February 2026, which we saw that global tourism has been affected, including Malaysia. So how do SBS actually manage the challenges of a customer who are involved in the tourism related industry decided to defer or cancel their campaign purchase order?
Yeah, I think everyone are struggling because of the war, especially in the tourism. I mean, more focused on the tourism country, but quite lucky in Malaysia, I would say that because we doesn't get effect much on the war. As we can see, there are still numbers of visitors coming to Malaysia. Like example, based on the data from Tourism Malaysia, between January to May 2026, there are total 17.5 million international visitors came to Malaysia for their holidays. So we don't see that there is a big impact in Malaysia for now. And for our clients, even those they are in F&B industry, property industry, or any related into tourism, and they are still putting much budgets in order to continue run for their campaign. So we don't see any big impact from the Iran war as for now.
Just curious, can you share with us the progress for each of the business plan going to roll out by SBS according to the utilization of the IPO proceed? How has it been going on since you guys been IPO?
Yeah, I think everything are still in our pipeline. All the expansion plan are very smooth, especially our new office. We are just get our new office and doing some renovation. I would say about 80% almost complete. And from there, the studio, once it's ready, then we can also kickstart our My Usahawan Media, the Malay platform. So once Usahawan start, then we will also concentrate into expand into the Bumi market. But not only for the Usaha media, because where we have the enough space for our manpower expansion, then we will get more people to join, especially the IT team. We are start to look for different type of IT expert from the industry, and yeah, they will join us very soon. So once the office is completed, then the IT team will come in, the Boomi team will come in, and the show will roll out very soon.
Got it. That's actually a good news to know. And then just wondering, when is like the office going to be done? And then just thinking about, we are right now in July 2026. Do you think that My Usahawan Media has a chance to start before the end of 26, or we are actually looking in more likely to be mature in 27?
Yeah, I would say it will be start within 26. In our plan, it will be rolled out by Q3 of 2026. Yeah, this is our plan, but it seems like nothing going to drag. If everything ongoing smoothly, then should be no problem to kickstart the My Usaha Media.
Got it. Good to know. And then right now, like if you look at like the news media, one thing that I noticed is Christy Ng, one of like the fashion retailer in Malaysia, is one of the SBS Nexus top 5 customer for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Is Christy Ng still remaining SBS Nexus top 5 customer after listing? And how could SBS benefit from the rapid expansion of Christy Ng for the next few years?
Yeah, definitely Christie are still our top 5 client, and as you know that Christie are keep on expanding not only in Malaysia, she also start to expand it into Cambodia. This is the next station. Currently, she have about 18 outlets in Malaysia and about 6 in Indonesia, and keep on expanding. So definitely the budgeting from Christie, it will keep getting higher and higher. What we do with Christie, of course, we manage the advertisement, we manage the campaign for Christie, but in the meantime, Christie also get to intro us a lot of business opportunity in overseas while she expanding into different country. Like for the example, she is very established in Indonesia right now. So we have been trying to take some opportunity, together with Christie, go over to Indonesia and look at the market in Indonesia. Hopefully there is some collaboration opportunity there with different agency.
Out of Malaysia, which is like Indonesia and Cambodia, the only client you have is Christie, but with this connection, there is an opportunity for you guys to expand overseas in the near term?
Yeah, I would say for the overseas client, not only Christie, we do serve some of the overseas client like in Taiwan, in Hong Kong, but they are main into Shanghai business services. But for Christie, because of we start with Christie in local, which is in Malaysia first, and after a few years later, Christie start to expand into different countries. So the relationship with Christie are much more tightened compared to other brands. That's the reason why Christie willing to intro some of the business opportunity in overseas. This is one of the angle that we're going to tap into outside Malaysia market.
And then now, like nowadays, people keep talking about AI, right? So I'm just curious, like, will SBS adopt AI application into your current business process, and how are your company going to optimize the benefit from the adoption of AI into your branding and marketing services?
Well, I don't think that we're afraid on AI. As a branding and marketing specialist, we really understand the importance of AI, and we are start using AI. I think everyone is using AI nowadays. Definitely, we use AI to make our work more efficiencies. In terms of we need more time to deliver the content previously, but now maybe we just need a couple of hours to deliver such a good content for our clients. The team are using, the management are using just to minimize the working process, make it faster and smoother. So for us, for our client, the benefit is they can get even more content. Just for example, like previously, what we can do for our client one day maximum is about 4 or 8 content per day. So maybe with the AI support, we can come up with 10 to 20 content rather than just 4 or 8. Yeah, so this is also the benefit for our client. And for our team, we don't need more and more manpower to develop more and more content, right? So we just have to try to utilize with the AI system and try to understand, try to learn from the AI, then definitely it will make their life easier.
I see. And then just curious, because like you have been mentioning that with the AI adoption, it increased like efficiency, and then it help you guys produce more videos in the same amount of time or same amount of resources. But I'm just wondering that how does AI actually impact the effect of the marketing campaign? Is there any example that you can share with us on how AI actually help increase the appearance or like the awareness of the campaign that you are promoting?
As I mentioned just now, the same amount of time, the same amount of team members, we are able to generate more and more content. So this will be definitely get benefit for our clients. Just for example, like previously, I can only manage to get 4 content and just put on the social media, and I run the ads campaign. And from there, I can only see 4 different ads campaign. And there's still not enough data for our team to analyze the report and give to the clients. But now if we can make it like 10 or 20 campaign in a day, and when we run the advertisement on social media, we have more data. So when we have more data, nowadays we are also using AI system to analyze the data to make it simple report, simple format in order for our team to study and propose to the client what's next. Where is the marketing budget they should focus on, So AI will speed up everything for our team to generate content and develop the reports. And also it will help client because clients are spending the same amount of budget, but they get more and more traffic and more data. And from the report itself, clients are able to know which channel really helps for the brand, so they can spend their budget wisely.
So it just sounds like because now we can have more content, it generate more data, more insight generate, like with the same amount of money, we can know where we want to push our marketing budget. Okay, that's good to know.
Yes, correct.
And then if we take a step back, since SBS Nexus right now is a public listed company, so I'm just very curious, from a management standpoint, if you were an external investor evaluating SBS today, what is like the single most important question you would ask management before deciding whether you want to invest in a company or not?
In SBS, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. First thing I will ask, what is the growth plan for the next 5 years of SBS? Yeah, because nowadays everyone is talking about AI.
Right.
We are pretty understand. That's why SBS, we are also going into AI industry. But everything have to start slow and steady. We don't like just start everything. Just building something and we call ourselves provide the AI solution, right? So we are actually exploring, developing, and hopefully 1 or 2 months later, our AI system are ready to go into the market. This is the plan for SBS.
Got it. So it just sounds like if we kind of like break down in terms of the growth plan, that is like the AI system that you guys are going to implement, as well as like the My Usahawan Media that is going to open up the Boomi market. Is there any other growth factor that you can share with the audience?
I think as for now, in terms of markets, of course, Malaysia, we are tapping into the Boomi. That is the biggest market. But if we talk about not only Malaysia, we are trying to go into outside Malaysia, like Indonesia is the next station we are going to targeting in. So hopefully the market in Indonesia can be established maybe Q1 or Q2 in 2007. I would see that.
That's actually exciting news.
Yeah, so not only in Malaysia. Yes.
Okay, good to know. Right, because like if the My Usahawan Media, like the same model, if you bring it to Indonesia, that's actually definitely a growth factor. Okay.
Yeah, I agree, because we have to start the My Usahawan Media first, because the language-wise are quite similar in Indonesia.
Right.
So once the My Usahawan Media are not to say 100% complete or is ongoing, then we can showcase this profile in bringing into Indonesia, and we can also show the partners in Indonesia and how does it work, right? So it will help us to step into Indonesia market if we get the My Usahawan Media done. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. And then Warren, actually looking at time, we are almost at the end of our interview. I'm just wondering that is there any last thing you want to share with the audience, or in general, potential investor or current investor for SBS?
All right. I think everyone are asking about the share price. So I would say definitely this is really undervalued for now. As SBS, everyone, especially the investor, you can see the potential growth of SBS, even though after the listing, the profit, the revenue are still growing. And SBS, we are not only the advertising or branding company. And in the next 5 years, we are trying to implement more and more technology solution like AI. And we are also not only focusing in Malaysia. We are going to expand into different countries. So I hope that the audiences or the investor, you can see the real value of SBS.
Got it. Once again, Warren, thanks for your time. Until next time,
Thank
hopefully
you very
we can
much.
invite you again. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. Thank you.
you.